parece que están contra la guerra? Les contesto una canción muy famosa. Don't worry, be happy.
Yeah, sing it, brother.
La
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 la.
la. La
Don't
la
worry,
la. La
be
la
happy.
la.
La la
La
la
la
la
la
la
la
la
la
la.
la. La
Jesse
la
King,
la. La
number
la.
one.
You remember he was singing that song? Oh, he was upset. Now, how's everybody doing tonight? Now, I know some people are upset about the whole Venezuelan thing, and some of them want to lecture me on the Venezuela thing because some of them even wrote in the comments that they don't have porn off over in Venezuela. Yeah, because they got child trafficking, freaking moron, you. Stupid as hell. Hell is you talking about? Oh, I told you I was gonna get him. See, this is the part I don't understand about some of you want to be really, really smart. Now, if you tell me they don't have abortion over there, that's okay because they kill people. They're the second country that kills the most people in the whole damn world. Do your research, mama's boy. Do your research. You say that they don't have porn. Of course they don't. Have you saw the child trafficking going over there? No, it's only one country that murders more of their citizens more than Venezuela. And you got the nerve to say it's only about the oil. That's because you're too damn stupid to actually do research because you go listen to another YouTuber and you think you're smart. Be quiet. Please. I'm going in. I told you I'm going in. Now, you think it's really, really smart. You think it's really, really smart that you keep on going in telling me something about Venezuela is good because they don't have porn or they don't have abortion. Do you understand what the hell they do in Venezuela? Are you freaking kidding me? 26.8% murder rate in 2023, 26.2% in 2024. They killing mofos left and right. And you gonna tell me something about the damn Venezuelans, what they doing? Because you was upset because your mama told you was smart. You put a suit on, I see too. That make you look really smart. See, if you got something smart to say, you can do your videos and then you can go live and say it. This is my real face. This is who I am. My nuts drag the ground all the damn time. I don't get smart in comments. I talk smart on the internet. I'll say it in your face. I say it in your mammy's face. I'll say it in your daddy's face. Now, I don't really give a damn if you like me. See, some of them other ones may care about you liking them because they got to go. I don't have to listen to nobody else to make my opinion. I make my opinion from assessing it myself. That's why I don't listen to no other YouTubers at all, because I can make my opinion without listening to anybody else. But I see you repeated the same phrases that some of these other YouTubers repeated about oil. If you think this is the same thing that was going on in Libya, first of all, Libya's economy was thriving. Of course, you don't know that. Libya's economy was thriving under Gaddafi. Thriving under Gaddafi. Now, do you think that Venezuela's economy was thriving under Maduro? I mean, you can't even make this up. Your argument is so weak that I almost feel sorry for you. But see, if you keep making comments, and then I'm gonna address you because I don't think you're as smart as you think you is. I know your mama tell you smart, or your little sister may tell you you're smart or something, but I don't really think you're as smart as you think you are. And another thing is that I don't think you'll actually say half the stuff I say on the internet and dare mofo come see me. Dare one to come see me. I've been talking like this on the internet the whole time. Ain't nobody came and knocked on my door. I don't need a bodyguard or nothing else. You need one. You gonna need one. You come effing with me. Because this is how I talk all the time. Clever can tell you, my brother can tell you, my sister can tell you, my mama can tell you. I talk like this since I was a boy. I've been talking like this. See, I don't listen to a YouTuber telling me, do I agree with everything Donald Trump said? Hell no. But if you think this is about oil, that's loud. It ain't the same as the Iraq war either. Because everybody told And I think it was something about this has got something to do with Israel, proving your ignorance again. First of all, the CIA told Dick Cheney, corrupt self, not to go there. The CIA told him not to go there. Matter of fact, I got a clip of George Bush. They all knew there was no weapons of mass destruction there in the first damn place. Of course they knew that. But here's the thing we want to ignore about Libya and Iraq. I probably remember this better than you is because when you were still in your Pampers or urinating in your bed wetter, maybe you don't know this kind of stuff. Don't think you're gonna check me. Because you'll get your feelings hurt. I'll talk about your whole damn family and post your pictures. I'll get real ugly with it. But when you think you're gonna start lecturing me, you say you ain't no bootlicker. You is a bootlicker, nigga. So bootlicking just like everybody else. What you talking about? Because you bootlicking or regurgitating somebody, your favorite YouTuber, somebody else said. Quit acting like you ain't no bootlicker. You's a bootlicker. I know a bootlicker when I see one. I just don't care about the bootlicking. I don't really give a damn. But here's the problem I have. I got a problem with people who try to compare something and then they put a straw man up and then knock it down and think they made a good point and keep commenting and threat that. Now I could have easily blocked you, but I left your comments up so I can make fun of you first. Because there's many who's tried it and many who's failed. If you think that you can compare Libya, look at Libya's economy under Gaddafi. It was thriving. Matter of fact, many said that Gaddafi was finna go with the gold standard. That's why we went over there. We had no business over there in the first damn place. Now, I don't believe in nation building my damn self, but I'm gonna tell you what I do believe in. If you're gonna keep sending drugs over, you say, well, they ain't got about no drugs right there. You really think they want to about no damn drugs? Do you understand what Tringolago, that Venezuelan gang member over there, what they do to little girls and stuff? You're bragging about Venezuela. This is almost worse than the other clowns bragging about Adolf Hitler, Joseph Stalin. It's like you refuse to look at the history part. Venezuela used to be a thriving country until Chavez and Maduro took over. Do you understand what the freaking inflation? Now, I'm not saying there's a reason to go over there because they're starving their people and they got a bad murder rate on that. That's not a reason to go over there because that's nation building. But if you keep sending drugs to our country and we blow up your ships and you still want to talk your trash, well, he F around and found out then, huh? And this is what I like. See, another thing you mentioned up. When we went to Libya, we lost 4 men when we weren't even going to war. When we went to Iraq, we lost thousands of men, money and everything else. We didn't lose not one single soldier. When he went to Iraq, blew up their military sites, we didn't lose one soldier. When we went to Venezuela, not one soldier was lost. To me, that is a phenomenon in and of itself. I don't ever remember no president in history going to 2 different countries on 2 different occasions and not losing one damn man. This is the whole problem I have with these wars. Our young men go over there and lose their life. Show me one man who lost his life and I strike against Iraq or I strike against Venezuela. You're stupid in your analogy, but you're a little wet behind the ears. You don't know no better because your mama told you you was smart or your grandma, or whoever it was, told you was smart. Probably told you need to be a preacher too. But I think they're a little mixed up because you don't know nothing about that either. You think you do. So this is almost like that clown, that last clown lover who was a cat lover used to come in here. He wants to keep lecturing me about if how Charlie Kirk was murdered. I gave him benefit, I let him go. Don't keep trying to come at me a certain sideways because I'm gonna address you. You keep coming at me, I'm gonna address you. See, all y'all be looking at Nick Fuentes or whoever other YouTube, y'all be looking at them stereo gangster YouTubers, and then you think you can approach me the same effing way. I'm not the one. Because I didn't have fights for real. I didn't have a whole bunch of stuff I don't really need to talk about. But don't think you can approach me like that. Don't let that smile fool you for 1 minute. Don't make you think because I say I love the Lord. Don't get it tripped up by that now. Because I ain't took an ass whooping in so long. It ain't even funny. Oh, I didn't have many fights. I just ain't took an ass whooping. I may be due for one. Last time I got my ass whooped, I don't know how old I was, but my parent. Now, the only time I really got my ass whooped and I had to get payback is my own brother. We used to have fights all the time. Me and my brother used to fight all the time. But I ain't never took no ass whooping from no other man, ever. Not ever. And guess what? I don't plan on taking them now. So please don't try to lecture me because I'm not the one to be lectured. You keep going to, you can start your own station and you can talk about whatever the hell you want to talk about since you're so damn smart. What I always say, I found this funny when I used to be on Facebook all the time, when I used to have my other page, people coming out, lecture me. And I used to tell them, you want to come up? I'll let you come up and talk. They never would come up and talk. Or either I say, I went to your page. I don't see you posting all this smart stuff on your page. What you're doing is posting a bunch of Candy Crush stuff or something else. How much you love Jesus. I love Jesus too. What they got to do with it? Post your same crap. If you're going to get all reckless and talk on my page, go to your page and talk like that. I talk like this on my page. My family and everybody else see me talking like this all the time. Go ask them. They'll tell you. See, I talk like this, and they all know I talk like this. And been talking like, I don't never apologize for talking, saying something I really mean. I don't never apologize for it. But see, you got to be worried about what your grandma said, what your mama said, what anybody else said. I don't got to worry about it. I've been on my own for way too long. I don't got to worry about what other people think about me or what other people say about me, but you do. So quit the tough guy act. Quit the know-it-all act like you know what you're talking about. You compare apples and oranges, but you're too stupid to know that. And you know exactly who I'm talking to. Don't make me call your name. Don't make me really get ugly, because I can really get ugly. You ain't seen me get ugly. You ain't really seen me act a fool. See, I'm a nice, mild-mannered person, and I like to get along with everybody. And I don't mind you disagree with me, but when you keep trying to lecture me in my comments, when you keep thinking you can lecture me, that's when I have to get, I get a little irritated, especially when I know you a mama's boy anyway. Don't try to please don't go with the tough guy act with me, because it doesn't work with me. There's real gangsters who can threaten me because I know you're not that. So please be respectful. If you want to disagree all you want to. I got people that disagree on my lives all the time. I make fun of it. I take light with it. But when you start lecturing me like you know what you're talking about, like you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. Because anybody who compare Libya, Syria, or Iraq to Venezuela, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Do a history research. And telling me that they don't have porn in Venezuela when they got child trafficking in there is moronic. It's completely moronic. Now, that was another fella a while back. And matter of fact, I remember this right here so well because I remember that when I had went to visit Clever. And she wasn't living here at that particular time. And I remember that he used to like to try that, say that. I said, man, maybe I didn't let you think that you just can just talk to me any kind of way because we done joked around a little bit. Don't get too far out of bounds, clown. You get too far out of bounds, you're going to make me say all kind of stuff because I will say it. Think this is, you must see, y'all got some of them little fake YouTubers who pretend to be tough online. Y'all done tried them a little bit too much. See, they be coming on here apologize, trying to get your favor and stuff. I don't do none of that bull crap. You ain't never heard me apologize. I don't apologize to one. If I meant to say it, I'm not apologizing for it because I meant to say exactly what I said. I don't apologize when I mean something. See, that's fake apology. I don't like nobody apologizing when you really don't mean the apology. Why would you force somebody to apologize when they don't really mean? I mean exactly everything I said. Every bit of it, I believe it, and I said it. Now, I want to get to some of the Libya thing because emails even show that Libya was planning to create a gold-backed currency. America didn't like that. That is a fact. They did not like it because the deep state did not like that. Libya was doing good under Gaddafi. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Now, Gaddafi got a little bit out of line a couple of times. Ronald Reagan over there and dropped the bomb, killed his child. We never heard anything else from Gaddafi. Gaddafi wasn't bothering us. I don't know if Gaddafi, I haven't seen any evidence of Gaddafi was sending drugs over here. He may have been. I know he tried to give Louis Farrakhan $1 million or $10 million or some one time. And they told Louis Farrakhan he couldn't take it. Something to that effect. I do remember that. But I don't remember Gaddafi sending any drugs to America. Now, it's possible he did. It's possible he could have been selling arms, but I don't believe none of that because that's not what the evidence say. But if you think that you can, now, if I'm not mistaken, when he was blowing up, when these boats was getting blown up, everybody said, well, no drugs on. Of course it was. I don't even think Maduro was really that in charge. But it is really some gangster stuff to go to another man's country kidnap him out of his house with his wife, and you don't even, not one single shot was fired at your men. Somebody must have betrayed you or something. You got sold out of something. How in the hell did somebody come to your country and steal you up out of your country in your bed with your wife? You talking about gangster stuff? That I ain't never seen no military thing like this. Now he was singing "Don't Worry, Be Happy," but while he was singing "Don't Worry, Be Happy," guess what Donald Trump was singing?
You can't touch this. You can't touch this.
See that? Even had that dance going with it too. You see that? See that?
You can't touch this.
Trump says, "Do not try that with me, fella."
You can't touch this.
Can't touch this, dude. See, there's a bunch. See, what happened is that Maduro is like an internet gangster, like most of these people are. He was talking noise and he got punched in the mouth. Quit running your mouth if you're not gonna bag it up. See, there's a bunch of people be talking noise and they be pretending like they somewhere until they get punched in the mouth, and then they stop talking. Maduro was saying, "Don't worry, be happy." Da 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 da. Trump said,
Can't touch this.
My bullets hit me so hard. Make you want to say, "Oh my God." Tell me what lecture me, they don't got no damn abortion and free. You freaking, you're a moron. That's your defense. But here goes Maduro when they walked in. You know what the main problem I got with the Trump administration is that you didn't go and do none of these governors or these damn mayors like this. Go do Tish James like this. That's the problem I got. Problem I got because you ain't doing these other people like this. How about go arrest some of these damn mayors and prosecutors and judges like you did Maduro? That's the problem I got, damn it. I don't got a problem with you doing if you think somebody is threatening you, but hey, I just got a problem because we never do it to some of these other people. Godspeed says, "I've been watching you since 2015. It was so nice to see people be vocal regarding Hussein being the trash that he is. I sleep better knowing President Trump Pontus. Thank you, Jesus, for your mercy towards us." Well, God bless you there, Godspeed. I do appreciate you. And thank you for watching me. So this is why they got mad, Godspeed, because they got mad because I wouldn't go with, because there's a bunch of people. Hey, we all not going to agree on everything. Believe it or not, Clever disagrees with me many times. Matter of fact, she just was disagreeing with me in the last couple of days. She was reprimanding my ass. She disagrees with me plenty of times before. But see, it's a way to do it. See, she loves me. But when you reprimand me like you just, who you think you is? I don't know you like that. I don't know who you think you is. See, that's the problem with some people. Like, if I got a problem with another guy said on them, on YouTube or something, I'm not gonna go and come and just keep on like whole paragraphs. You can say I disagree because it is. We're gonna give whole paragraph. I'm gonna go to the next one, whole paragraph. You should have did you a video and put it up and let people criticize you. You know what I found out about most people? They can't take criticism from nobody. They're good at criticizing, but you can't take no criticism from nobody. Let me see you show you. Matter of fact, I'll drop the link and let you come up. Let you give all your critique. How you know this, you know that. I looked at some of the, I can tell you to know what you was talking about on some of the stuff. Because to say that one of your main reasons that you love Venezuela is because they don't have porn and they don't have abortion. Are you freaking kidding me? They murder people, they abort humans. What are you talking about? They sex traffic little girls. They ain't got no point because they don't got the internet. The damn Maduro cut off the damn internet. What the hell is you talking about? He didn't want them to show X over there or Twitter, so he cut down their internet. That's probably why they ain't got no porn. They ain't got no damn internet over there. What the hell is you talking about? If you had did a casual research, you would actually know this. You can't even get the internet in most places over in Venezuela. Crime is off the damn chart, bragging on Venezuela. Now, I'm not saying that we're completely right for going over there, but if you're going to go over there, make sure none of my men get harmed. That's my whole problem with the whole war system. When you be going to war, all our young men dying. So naming our young men who died in the particular attack. Not one, nobody even got hurt. They may have broke a fingernail or something like that. I don't know. About to go to your country, take you hostage out of your country. I don't even know how he did it, but that's some gangster stuff. Now, here's a guy talking about George Bush and the phony war in Iraq.
10 days after 9/11, I went through the Pentagon and I saw Secretary Rumsfeld and Deputy Secretary Wolfowitz.
That's another war criminal, Rumsfeld.
So I went downstairs just to say hello to some of the people on the Joint Staff who used to work for me. And one of the generals called me in. He said, "Sir, you got to come in. You got to come in and talk to me a second." I said, "Well, you're too busy." He said, "No." He says, "We've made the decision. We're going to war with Iraq." This was on or about the 20th of September. I said, "We're going to war with Iraq. Why?" He said, "I don't know." He said, "I guess they don't know what else to do."
He's absolutely right. Now, George Bush tried to pretend like he didn't know what was going on. Dick Cheney, I've heard the CIA say this. Dick Cheney says the CIA, you know how dirty the CIA is? Even the dirty CIA told Dick Cheney and Bush not to go in. And they love war, but they went in anyway. How many men died in Iraq? How many trillions of dollars did we spend in Iraq? How's this even close to being the same? Can't even compare the two. How many men did we lose in Afghanistan? Okay, thank you. See, this is the problem. You comparing apples and oranges. They can't be not even close.
So I said, "Well, did they find some information connecting Saddam to Al-Qaeda?" He said, No. He says, "There's nothing new that way. They just made the decision to go to war with Iraq." He said, "I guess it's like we don't know what to do about terrorists, but we've got a good military and we can take down governments." And he said, "I guess if the only tool you have is a hammer, every problem has to look like a nail." So I came back to see him a few weeks later, and by that time we were bombing in Afghanistan. I said, "Are we still going to war with Iraq?" And he said, "Oh, it's worse than that." He said, he reached over on his desk, he picked up a piece of paper, and he said, I just got this down from upstairs," meaning the Secretary of Defense's office today, and he said, "This is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran."
This is what he said. See, the main reason that they did not want Donald Trump in there, because they like to do long, drawn-out wars for many, many years. See, if you're going to go over and bomb a country, you go and occupy it. I don't think we've occupied Venezuela. I don't think we occupied Iran yet, have we? Since Donald Trump been there. We haven't occupied anybody, right? So how are you going to get the oil when you're not occupying it? You have to occupy, and then you send all of the big oil companies over to drill in there. How is this about oil when none of our companies are going over and we're not going to go over there and occupy it? Last thing I know, we captured him, we left, right? We came, we called, we saw, we conquered. Nobody's even staying there. How you going to get the oil out of the ground? We just going to magically send a drone over to get the oil? That don't even make any sense logically. It doesn't make any sense. But I know this is some people's theory because they'll listen to a favorite YouTuber and they'll say they got all the facts. But then later on, a month from now, they go with another fact. Then another fact, just like it was supposed to be World War III when we went over and took out the nuclear sites in Iran. It hasn't happened yet. Why hasn't it happened? What'd she say? The old bag said balls blowed off. Oh, man, that's probably what they mad about.
She cracks me up.
See, I like for people to do this. Don't take my word, nobody else. How about go look at the facts first before you look at your favorite YouTuber or whatever, and then look at the facts and say, let me see what the facts say, and then make your own opinion and then come back with an argument. But when you regurgitate, and I know exactly the ones who regurgitate the exact same things was said. It's all about the oil. Well, in order for it to be about the oil, you got to go occupy the land. If you're not occupying the land, how in the hell is it about the oil? Because the drug cartel really still run Venezuela. if I'm not mistaken. So I'm not saying I agree with the whole damn thing, because I don't know how well it's gonna take, and we gotta spend a bunch of money and stuff like I just don't agree with that. But at the same point, I don't think it's about the same thing they're saying it's about. It's what they keep telling. They say this is about the oil. This is about conquering everything. Well, seems to me Donald Trump is ending wars most of the time. Do I disagree with none of these people from the deep state being prosecuted? Hell yeah. And I've said it many times. There's nobody going to jail. Big Tish James, Omar, Adam Schiff, nobody's going to jail. Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, Joe Biden. I mean, you just go down the list. Nobody's going to jail. I just wish President Trump could treat these filthy Democrats like he treats the communists from other countries. Because me, personally, the people who's in office in the deep state is more of a threat to us than Maduro is. It's a fact. Because they're over here taking our money, giving it to foreigners, and using our money to enslave us. How crazy is this? This is the only problem I have. I don't got a problem with you taking out somebody who keep bringing drugs over. I do have a problem with nobody that is being prosecuted that you told me, Mr. President, they was going to get prosecuted when you came in. Matter of fact, J.D. Vance, Marco Rubio, everybody said this. What's his name? Dan Bongino, Cash Patel, they all said that they were going to lock up those in the deep state. Name me one person from the deep state who's even been indicted. Okay, we can say the Warriors, he got an indictment, but he's kind of like a floater deep statist. He's kind of like a useful idiot that they used when they want to go to war. I'm talking about these career bureaucrats who's been in office all these years. When you going to arrest one of those people? Not as long as Pam Bundy is in charge, you won't. Pam Bundy is not arresting anybody. Now, the girl probably can suck a watermelon through a garden hose, but she don't know a damn thing about prosecuting anybody. Because it's obvious that Pam Bundy did not get hired because of her prosecutory skills. Is that a word? Prosecutory skills. She wasn't hired on that. She got hired the same reason that Kamala Harris got hired. Mrs. Knee Pads. That's why she got hired. Mr. Trump, does Melania knows about this? Just saying. I mean, I got questions. Exactly. We couldn't even keep Kilmore in jail. Matter of fact, I said this the other day. Kilmore is from El Salvador. They shipped him to El Salvador, which is he from? Don't forget, he was convicted of being with MS-13. We caught him on video. I've showed it to you many times. On video, transporting illegals. And the judge said, let him out of jail. The Trump administration whooshed out and let him out of jail. See, I call that. I'm not one of those who don't criticize Donald Trump. I criticize him, but if he do the right thing, I'm going to say he did the right thing. I got a problem with Marco Rubio and Stephen Miller all talking tough. And then y'all, and Pam Bundy and what's her name, Christy Gnomes, all of them was saying that he's never getting out of jail. He's never coming back. One judge made him bring him back and release him and throw a gag order on them, say you better not even talk about it. One judge is pimping the Trump administration. Let him get away. Arrest the damn judge then. Run in his house like they did you. Run up in his house. I don't care. These rogue judges running around dictating what the president do. Now, if you're going to be a tough guy in another country, how about be a tough guy in your country too? I think a bunch of people need to be arrested. Adam Schiff should already been in jail already. Joe Biden should have been in jail already. Hillary should be in jail. Barack Obama with his fake birth certificate should be in jail. James Comey should be in jail. John Brennan should be in jail. James Clapper should be in jail. Andrew McKay should be in jail. That's a bunch of people who we could have been arresting over here. If we're going to perp, because they perp walked Maduro. Did you see the perp walk? Look at that.
Maybe a gray or blue sweatshirt. We saw him a little bit earlier on the image that the president posted, blindfolded and handcuffed, and it appears maybe he's still blindfolded.
They got this fool blindfolded and giving him a perp walk. I mean, you can't make this up. That's what I like to see happen to Big Tish James or Hillary or Barack Obama. I swear, if you perp walk Barack Obama or Hillary like this, I won't even criticize. I'll give you a pass on something if you can do this to one of them.
Gray sweatshirt, which would likely come off as blue, given the daylight scenario, the lack of daylight. over there. Again, Ambassador Bolton, who is behind the push? Who really wants?
Ambassador Bolton, is this the Waters? I thought he was already indicted.
Wanted him out. And then number two, was there ever a plan for day two?
Well, I think the problem in the first term, a lot of the president's senior advisors wanted to work with the opposition to overthrow Maduro, who had stolen the 2018 election.
Of course, just like y'all stole the 2020 election
in Venezuela, just like you.
I didn't know the Waters was still out there. Y'all letting them still run his mouth? But some of the Democrats are upset.
There is a briefing process, an authorization process for a reason. The founders knew that going to...
I don't want to hear a damn thing about what you said, the founders. Y'all don't care nothing about what the founders think. Y'all wanted him to tell y'all so y'all can mess up the mission. Because the less people one thing I learned how to keep a secret is don't tell nobody. If you want something to remain silent, shut your damn mouth. Because you tell some people it's like open up a sewage.
War in any country was something that had tremendous consequence to the American people, and it had to rest with Congress. And we're not talking about a full briefing of Congress, by the way. The traditional procedure is the Gang of Eight would be briefed. There would be conversations. There would be, discussion about what the plan is for the day after. I mean, you can see there's no discussion about what the plan is for the day after. Donald Trump can't run America. Now he wants to go run Venezuela while the American people can't afford health care, can't afford groceries. This is not what the American people want. This is not what is constitutional. This is not what is legal.
So she's saying that it's not Constitution because these people really believe in the Constitution, don't they? What gets me sometimes is these leftists who always pretend to be believing in the Constitution. When y'all ran up into his house with that fake warrant, was it constitutional then? Was you worried about the Constitution then? When y'all changed the law from a misdemeanor to a felony, was you worried about the Constitution? A former president got treated like this right here. Was you worried about the Constitution then? Barack Obama did more bombings than Donald Trump could ever think about. You didn't hear one leftist talking about. You know how many people Barack Obama killed with drone attacks? Some of them was actually Americans. And this damn illegal president with a fake birth certificate was bombing galore. Hell is you talking about? What about how he used the IRS to go after people? Barack Obama did. Fake president did that. None of these people said a damn mumbling word. What gets me though is see, all these years, nobody has done anything about anything. Like there's never really been a war on drugs. When Ronald Reagan was pretending for there to be a war on drugs, there was no war on drugs. During Ronald Reagan's administration, there was no war on drugs. You can fool yourself if you want to, because I remember I used to make fun of it. I said, there's no war on drugs. Trust me, there is no war on drugs. Now when people start blowing up ships that got drugs in them, you say that's not Constitution. I don't really want that. Well, you say you wanted a war on drugs. That's a war on drugs. See, in real wars, people die in real wars. And if you think that you got to play nice and do nation building after you kill somebody, to me, that defeats the purpose. Now, if I go to war with you, I'm going to take the booty. Because that's what they actually say is you get the spoils. The spoils is the booty. The spoils is what go to the victor. So if I win, I can take anything I want to. I don't care about you crying now because I won the war. That's how it always works. It's a biblical war and everything else. When the nation of Israel back in the day, in the biblical days, would go in and conquer a country, you think they didn't take the stuff? Of course they did. There was some exceptions. They said, no, I'm not going to take it. Abraham refused to take it because he didn't want them to say they blessed him. But when David and them went in, they took stuff. They said, we won. This is ours now. But this is under this mindset now, oh my God, I'm against war too. But it depends. If I think you're trying to threaten me, at least I'm going to do something. Now, here was George Bush, what George Bush said about the war in Iraq. He pretended like he don't know.
Can you bring me to that moment? Did someone walk in and say, we've stopped looking, they're not there? Who was it? How did that happen?
It just kind of was, it evolved. The fact that there wasn't weapons evolved. I mean,
You's a damn liar. It did not evolve. It wasn't no weapons. Y'all were told there was no weapons over there. You're lying.
You know, when we first got in there and started looking around and didn't find anything, you get that kind of sinking feeling that, uh-oh. And then time went on. And then we got tips, you know, I'll never forget the tip.
He's not even sure for what he's saying. Look at the expression on his face. He's flat out lying.
That there was crates buried, you know, hidden in the Euphrates River. So they found, maybe these are them. And they sent frogmen and there was nothing there. And so, and then of course George Tenet had the the inspectors go back in, or David Kay and Dolfer, and that pretty well was a period at the end of the sentence there. And yeah, I felt terrible about it. And
I felt terrible about it, but a bunch of our men died. So let's just move on. You see how nonchalant he is? See, this is another difference. Under George Bush, under Barack Obama, under Bill Clinton, all these people were dying at war. Under Ronald Reagan, they all were dying in war. That is a fact. So to try to compare the two, it can't be compared. George Bush is lying right here. They were told. Now, we have built more terrorist organizations in country because we do have a habit of going to the country and we leave it worse off than when we leave the country. Afghanistan was a mess. Well, we can go back to the 80s. Russia was over in Afghanistan at first, and we didn't like Russia being over there. They said Russia was doing something illegal. So we went over to combat that. We trained Osama bin Laden. Osama bin Laden would have never been as powerful as it was if it wasn't for us. We trained him. We taught him how to do these things, and then he turned against us. Fidel Castro, technically, we trained him. If you go, we had a agreement with the Panamanian strongman, and we helped build him, and then we went against him. This is what we do. We're gonna have the same problem. This is one of the problems. One of the international mistakes that Donald Trump made is over in Syria. I don't think they should have ever removed the president of Syria because the guy in there right now is a terrorist. And Donald Trump has had him in the White House. They're acting like this guy's our friend. He ain't our friend. He's a terrorist. And eventually, what Donald Trump did in Syria is going to come back to bite him in his butt. That's the one thing that's going to bite him in his butt that he did internationally. I think we should have left the president of Syria there. He wasn't bothering us. Matter of fact, he was allowing Christians to be Christians in that particular country. Personally, I don't think that Vladimir Putin is as much a threat as China. Now, you do remember that just so happened that China had sent an envoy over to talk to Maduro. They said they were still in the country when we went over there and kidnapped him. That's real gangster. So in other words, what Donald Trump was sending a message to China is, don't try to go be friends with Venezuela, think you're going to stop something. We will capture this fool. And that's what they did. Matter of fact, I played the clip earlier of did I? Nah, I think I did. I think it's on my other computer. Let me see if I don't think I got it on this computer. I think I had it on my other computer. Because President Trump was one of the Joint Chief Staff explained the whole process, and it was a beautiful. No, yes, I thought it was on the other one. It is on the other computer. I don't have it on this one. Now, I'm not saying we should go over there just to free people, because that's not a real good reason to go to. Because that's the case, we should invade China, because China mistreats people too. But we're not going to be able to invade China because that's going to make us look. We can easily go to Venezuela, but we can't go to China like that. So if your only reason is to go free the people, that's why, if you might not remember this, but on yesterday, I did a video saying that I don't want Donald Trump doing anything in Iran because the people are being mistreated. That's not a reason. I'm for you going over there taking out the nuclear sites, but I do not agree with you going over there because they're mistreating the damn protesters. I feel sorry that they're mistreating the protesters, but that's not our fight. We get mistreated over here, damn it. There's people over here getting mistreated. Here we gonna go to another country because their citizens are being mistreated. The hell is you talking about? Mr. President, you was the president during the George Floyd riot. I'm sorry, the Summer of Love riots when St. George Floyd was murdered, they say. St. George Floyd, put a hand on his name, St. George Floyd. That's what he is, he's a saint. They got statues built of him and everything. He was going around on the highways and by. He was kind of like the Apostle Paul of our day. He was going in the stores trying to pass off counterfeit money. He was pulling guns on pregnant women. He's St. George Floyd, you know it. Now, they was burning down cities after St. George Floyd had his nervous breakdown because he was full of dope. And they did all of this. And President Trump, you was the president, you let him get away with it. You should have sent the National Guard over there to shut that crap down. Because Tampon Tim was going to allow it in Minnesota. They destroyed that damn city. People lost lives and their businesses because we allowed it to go on and on and on and on. Now, some of the people are celebrating. I'm not saying that's a good thing, but I think they're kind of loving it. even though the liberals don't. I want to show you some of the little celebration. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to go to the, because I saw a new video. Damn, I wish I would put that video on this computer. Because it was so damn funny. It really was. Who is this? I had a couple of celebrations. I think I played this one earlier.
Esperando esta pronta libertad, que todavía, bueno, pero por lo menos estamos saliendo de...
They already got a shirt with him being in prison on it. They sure print them shirts out fast over there.
Una de las peores ratas de Venezuela.
Gracias al gobierno de Trump por esta libertad que nos está brindando. De alguna manera se convierte junto a Edmundo González y a María Corina Machado en los libertadores de Venezuela.
Esto es algo que no sé cómo explicarlo. O sea, es una...
See, some of them got mad because they said I wasn't mad enough. I wasn't criticizing him enough for going over there. Well, you remember when you first blew up the first boat? I think that was about 6 months ago. The reason I remember it so well is because me and Clever was doing a walk around neighborhood, and we did a video under like a little park area or something. We did a video in there, and we were talking about this. I think it was like 6 months ago. Was that 6 months ago, baby? Probably about 6 months ago. We did a video talking about that, and I said, stop sending the boats over. But they wouldn't stop sending the damn boats over. So if I keep warning you not to do something and you keep doing it, and I have to punch you in your mouth, is that my fault or is that your fault because you got punched in the mouth? I said, don't do it. Like, personally, I don't like a lot of people putting their hands on me, like homeless person come up there. I don't, no offense, but I don't know where your hands being. I don't like to be touched on that much. I don't like that. I don't even like when people get too drunk. And they want, I got friends, I don't want them touching on me that damn much. Don't touch on me that much, man. You drunk, man. Get off me. Too much of that touchy-feeling stuff just don't work with me. I just don't like it because your hands may have been some places that's kind of filthy, may have been digging in your butt or something. I don't know. I mean, you just can never tell because people are nasty this day. And you may have some germs on you, may have some fecal matter on your hands. I don't really know. But I don't want your hands on me because I don't know where your hands been. That's why I don't eat at everybody's house because I don't know if you're cleaning that. We used to have these potluck dinners or something, and different people bring something. I used to always ask, who's this? Who's this? I want to know who brought what. Let's put our name on it. Put our name on it so we can know who brought what. We can make sure we give them credit for it. Because it was some people's, there's no way in the hell I was tasting or touching any of it. And they said, people going to get offended. I don't care about you being offended by me not putting it in my mouth. I should have a right to put things in my mouth that I want in my mouth. You understand me? Ain't that right, Clever? Now, now here's the thing. If somebody says they don't want to put things in their mouth, why would people get mad about that? I heard people say, well, such and such is going to get mad. I don't give a damn about them get mad about that. If you don't care now, why would I care? They going to get offended about what I put in my mouth? See, I say you care too much about what other people think. I was not stricken with that disease of giving a damn about what somebody else think about what the hell I put in my mouth. It's just me. It's the whole thing is absurd. I had neighbors who tried to invite me to eat their food. I wouldn't eat it. They're going to get offended. So what? I don't care. They may not never speak to you again. So what? I don't care. They never have to speak. My neighbors don't have to talk to me. I don't give a damn if they talk to me or not. You ain't that interesting any damn way. Hell, if I care if you talk to me. But see, everybody is concerned about what somebody else thinks. Are you a grown-up or aren't you a grown-up? Now, I'm not saying, because I don't go around acting a fool. Contrary to popular belief, I don't go around acting a fool, causing scenes. Matter of fact, when I go to places, I don't never make a bunch of noise. I don't cause a scenery, none of that. I talk in a low-tone voice. Clever, do I talk in a low-tone voice, baby? We just came from a barbecue place, as a matter of fact. Excellent barbecue, too. Because Texas knows barbecue. You do know that, don't you? Texas knows barbecue. So nobody was in there wondering about we talking loud or something like that, because it doesn't happen. I think people should have a certain decorum when you go into public places. I don't like hearing people talking on their phones. They got their phone on speaker talking loud. Not only do I have to hear you, moron, but I have to hear the other morons screaming on the damn phone. They got earbuds or something. Put that in. I don't want to hear your conversation. Nobody should be hearing everything you say. I don't understand. Where did that come from? When did we get to a point that it's okay to talk loud so everybody can hear both of y'all converse. I think it's disrespectful. That's my personal opinion. I think it's real. Some people say you can't hardly hear. It sounds like a you problem. Go to the car and talk on your phone. I pay for my food in this restaurant too. Why I gotta listen to your conversation on the damn phone? Keep that to your damn self. I don't need to hear all that. I just think people, we have gotten to a point that everybody thinks their opinion is so important. To you, it may be. Like my opinion may not mean anything to anybody. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. I don't care if my opinion. So see, this is what makes America great. Everybody don't have to agree with everything. And see, I disagree with people all the time. You will never, ever hear me go on there and just say, why don't you go? No, I don't do that because I don't really care. That's their opinion. I don't really care if it's your opinion or not. This is, see, I think if when somebody says something and it gets you so upset, kind of like Rosie O'Donnell does. See, some of these things start playing in her head. Donald Trump, why don't you just ignore Donald Trump? Because you can't stop him from being the president. Barack Obama was president for 8 years. I didn't lose my mind. And he cheated. He was an illegal president. Joe Biden was the president, even though he didn't win any damn thing. I'm not going to lose my mind over somebody else saying something. There's all kind of YouTubers who got millions of views all the time. I disagree with. They're wrong many times. Many times. I could easily prove they're wrong. But do I go on their station and start talking about how wrong? I don't give a damn. I don't care. I'm just not that interested. I care about what another grown-up think that much that I get myself worked up. Now, the politicians who's taking our tax dollars, I do got a problem with that because they stealing our tax money. And you should have a problem with somebody stealing your money and then lying to you and telling you stuff after they steal your damn money. We got to stop this thinking that everybody's opinion means that much. No, it doesn't. It may mean that much to you, may mean that much to your mama or something else, but it doesn't mean that much to everybody. Everybody's not going to be impressed with your opinion. They're not. And you entitled to it because it is America. You entitled to your opinion. But what makes you think that you can reprimand another grown-ass man or another grown-ass woman regularly? So I don't understand when people getting so upset on people who make a comment. Most people comment, I leave it there, even if I disagree with it. I leave your comments there. I don't get mad at you. You have every right to do it. You have every right to say it. But don't get mad at me now because I'm going to address it. And I'll ignore your smart comments sometimes. But when you keep writing the book thinking you calling me on there, then I'm going to have to address it. I don't want to because it might get brought to my attention and you think you punking me or something. And I don't ever want to think no PUSSY is punking me because you can't. Use a pussy, period. That's what you are. Quit the tough guy act. Don't try the tough guy act with me because I got a problem with people pretending to be tough. There's a lot of people who pretended to be tough before, including on the internet. Like, this is why I was shocked at. I was kind of shocked with Andrew Tate, how he was fighting. He was a professional fighter. Andrew Tate was a professional fighter. He was in kickboxing. I've never seen two big-ass muscle men punch like little bitches before in my life. I know some women who can punch better than that. That was a 65 fight. I'm sorry. I don't care what nobody said. I would never have a fight and throw punches like that. I'd rather get knocked out than be punching like a girl like that. They was punching like strictly women. Matter of fact, when we show Nana, when we show Auntie, because that's what I call it now, Auntie and Nana was punching better than Andrew Tate and the other fellow, whatever his name is. And them some big guys. Andrew Tate is not a small guy. I mean, I think he's about 6'3", and he's ripped. The other guy was ripped, even bigger than Andrew Tate. They was punching like girls. I'm sorry, they was. And then they come back on the internet, and if you're gonna talk like that, when you get into a fight, you just going to punch. It'd be better to be throwing hard punches and getting knocked out. At least you can say they was trying to throw hard punches and got knocked out. But you're not even throwing hard punches. You throwing like a girl. And you pushing your punches, and then after you do that right there, you get on your knees and hug the man's leg. That ain't a good look. They're gonna get mean for sure. If you come on here and you get beat down and then you hugging a man's leg in his crotch area, they ain't gonna never live that one down, brother. I'm gonna be honest with you, because if they happened to me, they wouldn't live it down either. Because look at the doctor cover says. He got knocked on his knees. He hugging a man's crotch. You have every right to do that. But you ain't gonna never see me do that. You ain't gonna never see me bending down somebody's cry. I'd rather get knocked out than to do that right there, hugging another man and cry. Go on in there and start throwing haymakers or something, man. Scare him or something. That's crazy. I don't understand that mindset. And then what's his name? Jake Paul. He had been, that's why some people said other fights was fixed. He fought a real heavyweight. He was down there on his knees too, hugging the man's crouching, everything else. Dude, if you're gonna fall to the ground, just fall to the ground. Don't get in a man's crouch when you fall to the ground. That's kind of scary. That's almost that's a little bit perverted. Venus Montgomery, how you doing there, Venus? Venus just hit us up. Hello. I wish we can send Donald Trump down there, if he can send him down there to get Gavin Newsom, Venus, while y'all in California. Tell your husband we say hello too. Maybe we can send him down there, because if anybody needs to be taken out, it should be him. You ask me. All the crap he done did. I want to show you a video. What's that video at? I got a video of let's see here. I hope I saved on here. Did I no, hold on a minute. I know I always play it, but I want to play it again. Where is that? Oh, I did the prayer walk. Remember the video we showed you last night? Oh, this is what I wanted to show you. You remember the whole Pizzagate thing? Now, one thing about the Pizzagate, now, they say this reporter right here, he got fired for doing this particular Pizzagate story. He was on the news. I don't know if you remember this one right here.
Pizzagate. It became a major story weeks ago when an armed man decided to investigate a D.C. area pizza place for himself. This man right here, he carried a rifle into a pizza parlor and then fired it at the floor. Media is telling you.
Now, remember this. This guy got fired off the news for reporting this, and he didn't give any inaccurate information. Watch this.
The entire story is a hoax or fake news. But what does that even mean? I spent the last month investigating. So what exactly is Pizzagate? And are there any actual facts to support the story? I've got to warn you, what we're going to talk about tonight will be disturbing to some people. But this is a reality check you won't see anywhere else.
This got him fired.
Pizzagate actually comes from the WikiLeaks release of hacked emails from Clinton campaign chairman John Podesta.
Think about this. The emails from John Podesta, John Podesta needs to be in prison. John Podesta has never went to jail. He's done a bunch of dirty stuff. Not just this, but John Podesta is known for doing a whole bunch of things that is against the law. He was working for Hillary.
In all, WikiLeaks dumped around 50.
And he worked for Obama too.
50,000 email messages. And it was from those emails that the claims that John Podesta may be part of a child sex trafficking ring come from. Now, to be clear, not one single email in the Podesta emails discusses child sex trafficking or pedophilia. That is a fact.
Now, this is for educational purposes. This is for a factual educational purposes that the news station pitted. I got to qualify this for YouTube.
But there are dozens of what seem to be strangely worded emails dealing with pizza and handkerchiefs. Self-described online investigators say that those words in the emails about pizza and the talk of handkerchiefs is code language used by pedophiles. So how did a D.C. pizza parlor get pulled into the story? Well, again, read any mainstream report and they indicate that Comet Ping Pong Pizza was somehow linked to this fake story and has no relation to anyone involved. But
watch this.
The truth is that's not true either. What media is ignoring is that the Comet Ping Pong Pizza place is actually referenced in the Podesta emails at least a dozen or so times.
Why would they put that in the emails? See, this is why they were so mad. This is why they wanted to kill Julian Assange, because he released this information right here.
And that the owner of that place, James...
Speaking of that, I got something I want to say about Will Smith after we get through with this one.
Alphantis is a friend of John Podesta.
Did you get that? The guy who owns the pizza joint is a friend of John Podesta. I'm sure it's just a coincidence.
He was actually named, this is kind of strange, by GQ magazine as one of the top 50 most powerful people in Washington.
A pizza owner is one of the most 50th most influential people in Washington, D.C. When have you ever seen that before?
Yes, we're talking about a pizza parlor owner. Now let's talk facts here. There is no solid evidence that Comet Ping Pong Pizza is being used to run a child sex trafficking ring. But there are some very strange
connections. And I'm about to cut it off after this. If you subscribe to our members only, I'm gonna upload this full video on our members only so you can see it.
It's between Comet Ping Pong Pizza and a second pizza place 2 doors over, Besta Pizza, and the accusations of pedophilia. Now, this is where things start to get strange when you research this story. Now, to begin, I need to show you a 2007 unclassified FBI document. That document, according to the FBI, contains commonly used symbols by pedophiles to express their preference in children. I want you to see these images here. These are the images. Notice this one on the end, the triangle. That image signifies something called boy love. The pizza place next door to Comet Ping Pong Pizza, Besta Pizza, well, this was their logo.
Now, I'm going to stop it right there because I know if I play anything else, they're already going to give me a restriction on this one right here for even playing that part of it. But I just wanted to prove something, how easy it is for the media to manipulate a story even when it's factual. Now, there was a brother by the name of Brother Bilal. And for 2 years, matter of fact, I reported this like 2 years ago. For 2 years, this fella has been trying to bring out this book of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett involved in some of the most disgusting things you ever want to hear. Now, I started to do a separate video on that right there, but I'm just going to briefly touch on some of it. The scary part about this whole pedophilia thing is so entrenched in Hollywood, in the music industry, in the government, and everywhere else that they cover for one another. Now, something I say on the internet will be blocked more, and people will be more outraged at a factual statement that you say on the internet than it would about the things that's happening to children in this damn country. Brother Bilal had a video. He says, if I'm lying, why don't Jada Pinkett and Will Smith sue me? They have not sued him yet. Jada Pinkett said she was going to sue him. She refused to sue him because they're in part of the interview. He was doing this interview with Tasha K. Now, part of the interview I thought was one of the most disturbing things I've heard. He says, you remember Carlton from The Fresh Prince? He said in that particular, he said he saw it with his own eyes. That Jada Pinkett, he said, because she'll be real high on mushrooms and other things. She get real high. She'll be in there playing with herself, looking at porn. And while she's looking at the kids can be right there, she didn't care because she'd be high. He says that she was looking at a video. It had Carlton from The Fresh Prince show because, you know, one time on a video, there was a video of Will Smith saying he was putting his finger in Carlton's behind and trying to grab on his crotch, which just makes me want to throw up. But in this particular video, he says that, and it's going to be in the court document, his book is coming out. They tried to stop his book from coming out. He had moved. He had went to Colombia for a little while, I think some other countries, Saudi Arabia. He was running because they was trying to kill a man. And I told him, you got to hurry him get that book out because that's how you stop him from killing you. And so in the book, he says it's going to come out in the book specifically. He was doing an interview. He said on the video, he saw with his own eyes that Jada Pinkett had a strap on, and she was doing it to the behind of Carlton. His name is Alfonso or something. Alfonso Rivera. Alfonso Rivera. You know the one who played Carlton on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Jada Pinkett had a strap on this fella, and he was doing it so hard on him that there was blood coming out. He was screaming, stop. Because she normally does it to him, but I guess she was doing it a little too hard because she was high or something. Now, Jada Pinkett wants you to believe that she's now, if I'm not mistaken, because I think he brought on the interview, Jada Pinkett and Will Smith is involved with the, what's the name of that cult? The Scientology. Because, you know, there's a bunch of people involved with that. What's the other actor name? What's the other actor name we just talked about? Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is part of that. John Travolta is part of the Scientology folks. A lot of these people involved with them. And they said what they do is try to make things go away, the whole Scientology thing. But according to Brother Bilal, he said it, I didn't say it. Go sue him if he's lying on you. And I don't think he's lying because he's been telling them, if I'm lying, sue. He got documentation proving this. So you remember the time he walked in and Will Smith was banging Dwayne Martin. Remember Dwayne Martin? He was married to, who is he married to? Tisha Campbell. He was married to Tisha Campbell, and he was getting bent over a desk, just going in just raw with that fella right there. And Will Smith got the nerve to go up on the stage and slap Chris Rock. You should have been slapping all the people who did your wife. I mean, your son's friend did your wife, and anybody else who wanted to have your wife did your wife. But what got me is that she put a strap on, because they say she would do strap-ons. I'm sure she did a strap-on with Will too, allegedly. But all of these Hollywood people, see, P. Diddy is just a product of what's been going on for the longest. There's another fella out right now. What I said his name was Ghostface or Ghost? Dogface. He is a rapper. His name is Dogface. Now, this is some of you New Yorkers, you're going to get mad about this, but he said it, I didn't. He says that the whole pedophilia hip-hop thing started with African Bambaataa. Now, it's been a fact that he's been molesting a bunch of kids for many, many years. Jay-Z, Nas, 50 Cent, none of them ever even addressed how many kids that fella has molested. Why is it that these people stay quiet on people molesting children? But if you come out and say something about some black person, a trans person, they got all kind of stuff to say. But a man molesting, that's in your hip. Come on, tough guys. And he even says that everybody knows it's going on. It's a fact that he's been doing. He ain't even in prison. So ask yourself this question. How can people, he mentioned Clyde Davis too, because everybody knows Clyde Davis is a freak. But all these people, for many, many years, P. Diddy is not even the worst of them. Just think about that. P. Diddy is not the worst of them. He made the wrong person mad, evidently, and they wanted to bring him down. But P. Diddy is not even the worst. Personally, I got a problem with 50 Cent not bringing out all the other names in the freaking documentary. That's the problem I got. Why didn't you bring out some more people in the documentary? Because you know damn well there was some other names in that documentary besides P. Diddy. So why didn't they bring out the other names? Because there's plenty of people who's been known to be with kids. As a matter of fact, you remember Anne Heche? Is that how you pronounce her name? Anne Heche. Heche. Remember the woman who was in Hollywood that was drove through the people's house, car got on fire, they took her on the stretcher, she raised up on the stretcher, we never saw her again. Guess what she was doing a documentary on? She was doing a documentary, and she supposed to have mentioned Rob Reiner's father. What's his father's name, Rob Reiner? Carl Reiner. And there's pictures of him kissing Rob in the mouth. Some people say, rumor has it, he molested Rob. Rumor has it that Rob molested Nick, the son, and that's why the son was so jacked up. Now, that's what the rumor has it. I'm just the messenger. Don't get mad at me because one of your Hollywood friends. You know how many people that y'all be looking up to are complete stone cold freaks that will do anything to children and women and anything else? I'm going to be honest with you. Anybody wants to be involved in a menage a trois where there's 3 and 4 people in the room, you got some homosexual tendencies as far as I'm concerned, and I don't care if you get mad about it. It's too much of that going around now. It's too much. Why is that we have not done anything to all of these perverts running around molesting children? If we can go over to Venezuela and capture Manduran in his own damn country, we can't round up all these child molesters who we know are downloading child porn on the internet? I mean, are you serious? Of course we can. Personally, I think it's too infected, not only in Hollywood, I think a bunch of people in the government are nothing but a bunch of child molesters. That's my humble opinion. Why hasn't anything been done about that? For all these years, we got technology to go find out every damn thing, but we can't find out who in the hell is molesting these damn children, or we don't want to know who's molesting the children. I think we know. I think we have a list. I think the FBI, just like when J. Edgar Hoover was head of the FBI, I think the FBI has been having these documents and so they can blackmail the so-called leaders, because that's what they actually do. They blackmailed them. There was blackmailing JFK. He just got off the plantation a little bit and they got upset about it. When they can't blackmail you, they will try to kill you. if they can't blackmail you. All of this child molestation, look at what the Catholic Church did. There was a documentary, there's a movie about it. I can't remember the name of the movie, but there's a movie about, and the Catholic Church, I'm just not picking on the Catholic Church, because the Baptist Church, the Pentecost, there's a bunch of them that did it. But the Catholic Church, those priests have been molesting little boys for years. And in Massachusetts, the FBI and the police department was covering up for the Catholic Church because they very rich and powerful. It was covering up. So when I see some of these people on the internet telling me that they're Catholic and they're upset because you ain't Catholic, you can be a Catholic all you want to. But let's stop getting caught up on these names. I'm a Catholic, I'm a Baptist, I'm a Pentecostal. I thought you were supposed to be a Christian. Well, how about saying this? Instead of saying you some denomination? Because every denomination has been caught in a scandal. Church of God in Christ, don't make no difference which one you name. Amen. But see, that's not a reflection of Jesus. That's a reflection of a bunch of corrupt preachers. Just like this Jamal fella who took his wife there with this revealing dress on, and he's the fella who says that Jesus was out of line 85% of the time. And they still claim, they jumping up clapping, hey man, brother, I know that's right. He said if your wife is not exciting you every day when you come on, he said you trade that booger in. Trade your wife in like a used car or something. Got to get an upgrade. He's a preacher in talking like this, and people are still going to his damn church. You should have ran out that damn church. Some fool in there talking like that. That's pure nonsense. But I guess when you're biblically illiterate, you'll believe anything somebody say. See, nobody really likes war. Personally, I don't like war. But sometimes war is necessary. But when you're going to fight a war, the objective of going to war with anybody is to kill your enemies. Not the nation build, not to tell them how nice they are, how friendly we need to help them. But no, that's not a biblical war for sure. If you don't really want to kill your enemy, don't go to war with them. Because the objective in really going to war is killing the enemy. That's what war is. If you're going over there just to take out one leader and install another one, I don't personally agree with that kind of war. That's my personal opinion. I could be wrong. I mean, it won't be the first time, but I don't think I am wrong about that particular incident. But anyway, I want to come on. The main reason I want to come on tonight is because I saw some of you was upset. And I don't mind you disagree. You can disagree with me. But don't give me a tongue lashing and lecture me. Because then I'm going to have to address it. You're going to make me mad, and I'm going to have to address it. And I don't mind addressing it because if you look at the comment, people be disagreeing with me all the time. I be letting them go. As long as they don't get too disrespectful, because I don't care if you disagree with me. I know I'm right and you're wrong anyway. That's why I have to tell Clever sometimes. You can disagree with me, baby. I'm right, you're wrong. And she'll tell me she's right and I'm wrong. Clever, you know how many times Clever disagree with me? You know how many times Clever tell me not to do something? She disagree with me many times. She speaks her own mind. Don't let that little innocent, sweet thing fool you, because when Clever says she believes something, you're not changing her damn mind. You're just not. She's stubborn and a mule. I don't know where she got that from. She's not like me, like humble like me. She's stubborn as a mule. But I don't care about somebody disagreeing. It's how you want to do it. You're going to get all start writing books in the comment telling me what you ain't, and you ain't no bootlicking. See, I try to show respect. I let some things go. I don't make a big deal. But you get a little too disrespectful, so I'm going to have to address it. And I said disagree. Miss Dana disagrees with me sometimes. And I have to make fun of Miss Dana, but I can't wait. If a certain event happens, I'm going to make fun of Miss Dana even more. People disagree with me, but some people want to get disrespectful. Like that was one heifer from New York came in there with that ugly grill. She came in there and gonna tell me something about you, Pam Bunny. She don't work on your time frame. I see him. Yeah, who you think you're talking to? Miss Dana is sweet. Miss Dana's very. See, when Miss Dana disagrees, she don't be disrespectful with her disagreeing. She just disagrees with me. She disagrees with me every time. She's a big Candace. I ain't mad at Miss Dana. Miss Dana disagrees with me. She'll say it in the comment. Did I block you, Miss Dana, for disagreeing with me? No. But see, Miss Dana don't be disrespectful. Some of you want to get disrespectful with your disagreement. You can disagree, but don't get disrespectful now. And I still didn't take your commenter down, even though you got disrespectful, so people can know exactly who I'm talking about. I didn't say your name because I don't want to give you no more free publicity, but they can see you in the comment. It's the first video and the second video. He called y'all some bootlickers because y'all agreed with me. Y'all was bootlickers. But he not a bootlicker because he agreed with his other favorite YouTuber. I think he got on a suit now. Your mama must have told you put that suit on. Yeah, I'm just telling you. Anyway, good night. I hope I didn't make too many people mad, except some people I was trying to make mad. All right. God bless y'all. Good night, Common Sense Nation.